안녕하세요. 게리슨님, 픽시의 다정이입니다. 우선 Very First Temptation 앨범 굉장히 리뷰도 많이 봐주셨다고 해주시고 수록곡도 굉장히 좋다고 해주셔서 너무너무 감사드려요. 그래서 다음 앨범도 기대해주시는 것 같은데 진짜 그 기대에 또 그 좋은 환상에 꼭 보답할 수 있게 정말 열심히 멋지게 준비하고 있으니까요. 다음 앨범도 기대 많이 해주시고 사랑해주시면 감사하겠습니다.
Hey everyone, it's Garrison here and welcome back to the channel. Now, first of all, before we cover anything today, let's give a huge thank you to Dajeong and her message. That was so sweet. Not gonna lie, I wasn't sure if I wanted to share her message at all because I'm really late in showing it to you guys. As some may know, I covered the Fairy Forest Temptation era fully, but I didn't provide my full coverage and analysis and reaction video and first listen per se for the Reborn era. But now we're moving on to a brand new era with Pixy, and that is Karma, tied along to their fourth mini album, as I can tell here, Dark City Episode 2, Chosen Karma. Now, what's interesting is we got a brand new member, that is Renji, I believe. Welcome to the group. We love to see it. It just makes me also wonder what she's gonna provide in the works when it comes to the music, you know, like what, like her vocal tone and what she's capable of and such. But at the same time, honestly, in general, when it comes to Pixy, they just continue to surprise me with each and every release, as well as also show that, hey, we could simply do our own thing and execute it really well, and you gotta give that to them, maintaining that quality yet ever so slightly leveling up themselves with each and every release. But hey guys, enough talk. Let's just dive into Karma now. Alright guys, low-key, I'm kind of nervous. I don't know why. It's probably been quite some time. That's why, since I've covered Pixy. But here we go. Fellow Wing season, everyone out there. Karma by Pixy. I got the English captions on and all. Let's go. Oh. I'm gonna turn this kind of old school hip hop influence here. Okay. Some cool strumming with the cowbell work. Oh, Lola. There's so much to process in terms of what's going on in this release. Not only visually, but overall soundscape wise so far. Wait, they referenced Villain earlier there. Oh, this song, quite experimental with it, I believe. Oh, Renji, right? Okay, I'll see you. The production's quite fascinating, yet it links so well to the theme and concept that they're going for. Man, that pre-chorus. She ain't wrong, they are toying with us. Whoa.
Karma's a bitch. 10.
There's no way that just happened. Whoa, what is going on here? This is countdown. Very quirky with the delivery and the vocals here. Ooh, the vocal layering. Woo! It's been a long time since any particular release really got me thinking a lot, to the point where it's hard to put like words and make sentences and what I'm feeling right now. I feel like this has to be by far the most experimental release by Pixy to date. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who's feeling that. I'm sure fellow fans are as well, or from an objective standpoint are like, wow, this is experimental. This is like like anything I've heard, right? I feel like this is so experimental to the point where there's some things that I can really reference in my mind where I've really felt something experimental, like this, whether it's Ring X Ring by Billy with their debut and their other experimental tracks within their B-sides. I'm talking about the likes of NMIX's Oh Oh, where it felt like a complete remix, like a combination of 2 or 3 songs in the works, 2 songs more so, and even the likes of Super M's One, Monster, and Infinity. Now, I feel like what leans more like really close, that links close with Karma, is Super M's One, Monster, and Infinity, where they took 2 tracks and remixed and mashed up 2 songs together. And I feel like we're getting that. Hear me out. Because I am hearing, one, jazzy samplings, like jazz instrumentation samplings in the works, with the brass work at times here and there. At the same time, I hear a little bit of old school hip hop, disc scratch, record turn disc kind of drop influence at the very start of this song to kick it off with verse 1. And I'm hearing more so like vocal work that should belong in a different song, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not necessarily saying it's, strange, but it's just a lot to handle upon first listen. So with that being said, I feel like with more listens, this song's gonna be out there to really snatch me and grab me longevity-wise. I would say longevity-wise, 9 out of 10. So far, it isn't necessarily my favorite song by them, because I feel like this song has the intentions for them to drop something extra crazy next time around, or I don't know, maybe during this era that I'm not aware of. Like, for all I know, right, if we think about Super M's release with One, they dropped Monster and Infinity within the same, release and all, and it makes me wonder, could this be 2 songs, on the same mini album, and this is the title, the combination of those 2 songs? Let me know, guys, because either way, I'm gonna have to review their mini album after this as soon as possible, because as some of you may know, I, for one, really mess with experimental music when it's justified and sensical, right? And in this case, it is with Pixy and Karma, right? It feels like it has good intentions behind it. It's not for the purpose of like trying to follow suit to some sort of trend, because I feel like it sticks with the concept that they've been going for, the ongoing themes that they've been doing, and all to the point where, wow, we always seem to get some fun, thrilling tropes within their music, and music videos tied along to their music. Am I right? We indeed got a good amount of tropes, and of course, that bridge that shook me into a crazy interlude. At first, I thought pretty standard, like, arrangement, but production-wise, everyone, it took me on a trip. And then next thing you know, the arrangement turned out to be like a bamboozle, like kind of flip and switch kind of ending to handle. Wow, let me get a hold of myself here. Karma, we're gonna have to actually dive into this immediately to really figure out what's going on production-wise. And also talk about the great moments that I love in this particular release by Pixy. And all in all, I'm down with this song. I don't know how it is longevity-wise, but I feel like beyond first listen, it has a little bit more, replay value that I can sort of foreshadow and think about in the future that it will be for me. Like, I can see myself streaming this song quite often. So let's dive back into it. Now, this first frame, I like how they animate that hypocrite, now face your fate. I think this is one thing that, like, Pixy is really good at doing, is that they can provide something that's not only thrilling, but, like, quirky at the same time. There's only a select few groups that are currently doing that right now, and I could sort of align them the likes of what Purple Kiss has done in the past, and currently with the likes of Sweet Juice, you know what I'm saying? Quirky, get spooky, but don't get me wrong, they're taking both completely different routes when it comes to production and such, like that in good in each of their own ways, you know what I'm trying to say? But whoo, this start. Dia didn't have to do that tongue work, by the way, but is this 911? This is Pixy. Dangerous scenes by each and every member, and next thing you know, I just noticed that we get a coin on the face side of that showing death here. Now, what's cool here is that we get this nice, I don't know, I can't tell if it's a rhythm guitar, some sort of guitar that is keeping the pacing here with some nice light cowbell work. I wouldn't say it's 808 cowbells by any means, but like just the turn disc work here early on. It's like we get a little bit of everything, right? Get the choreo. Ooh, very sharp cut. There's that jazzy brass sampling that I'm talking about that we're hearing here and there throughout the entirety of this song. Just here and there, not like constantly, right? The animations, right? The cinematography, you gotta give it to the people working behind the scenes. I love the neon signs and this alleyway that they've given. I love that timing there. Notice that we got Dia in the scene. As some may know, she do be the bias so far. I'm always wrecked by the other members with each and every era, but the emphasis on Diamond. So very grungy when it comes to this song, yet it has its lights and plush moments at the same time that are quirky. But at the same time, what we have here is some sultry delivery in the vocal work. So that's so cool. Having the combination of those three things simultaneously maybe a lot to handle upon first listen, but it sure does surprise you. It does its job. That surprising factor. Is that brass work I'm talking about? If you're bad, then you can call me villain. Oh my goodness. I love how they referenced villain, right? That the line from villain and sort of interpolated it onto Karma here. Crazy how they just simply interpolate their own music upon a new release just like that. So on that, you got to give them kudos on a creative aspect for doing that, implementing that line upon Karma here.
I'll decide your fate, let's flip a coin. 엄마를 해볼 takes. 네 운명을 정해줄게. I'll be immortal.
Honestly, if you're not like regarding like Pixy as being one of the best performers coming from their generation, I don't know what kind of list you have, because just by not being mean or rude any means, but you should have them on your list, you know, because just the details within their music videos, the prop work with the choreo and all the gesticulations from the members, right? The facial expressions that they make in their own respective scenes and together as a whole is so cool, and it matches for what they're going for in terms of the overall mood for Karma. Now I believe this is... Yeah, this is verse 2, yeah. Rinji. Woo, she really showcased so much within this era, and I really appreciate that a lot when it comes to distribution. And like, I love how that she has this spotlight kind of moment that really surprises ya. It gets a huge grasp on ya in this punchy kind of manner. See, we get a little bit of vocal background work here and there and layering as the song progresses, especially at the climax of the song. Love the typography on this car with underglow lights and such. Just the graffiti typography work. Love the styling for this era too. Very fitting. Especially these like brown suits. Now that bass, it's much more darker. It's more potent, right? It's in the forefront, and then Sua really surprised me this era too. Next thing you know, brief bridge that is very sustained. The lines are dragged in terms of the vocal direction, and that switch up here. It feels like this is coming from one of the 2 or 3 songs that I'm anticipating that I feel like are coming from. Ooh, the high note. Karma is a B. Then we hit it into an interlude, because once it switches up, keep in mind, it's a new section. So just like for future reference of people that want to, you know, understand sections and songs and arrangements more, when you get like a switch up like this, then it sort of signifies like, okay, we're on to a new section. In this case, this would be noted as an interlude, right? Or if there's just no vocal work, right, and more so dance, it could be known as a dance break or instrumental break. But man, oh man, this countdown. This interlude countdown. Very creepy with it, yet quirky. Brass work is coming out more here. Muted brass work. That's cool lighting too, what they did with the LED strings or whatever in the works there. The red lighting, the red text of Karma, the outro. There you have it, everyone. Karma by Pixy. Ooh, I'm gonna be real with you guys. This song is gonna take some time to grow on me after first listen, I should say. With more listens, I think it grows into an 8.5 because I don't want to necessarily, go as far as say 9 because this is only my second listen. And second of all, I just feel like there's some intention behind this where later on they're releasing 2 separate tracks that are deriving from Karma, or 3 separate tracks, or now in the thick of things with their latest mini album, of course. I'm sure you guys gonna let me know before I cover the album, or I'm gonna have to find out myself during the first listen and such, and I'll probably gravitate to one or the other tracks, maybe more so the jazzier track, because let me bring it back up here, sorry, because there's one thing that I did not cover is that vocal work in the back. Oh, I just feel like it could be just on a song itself, the jazzy influences with the the more so soulful, sort of R&B-esque background vocal work being done, and I think that's one of my favorite moments and nuances, in the song. There was just a lot to talk upon this particular release than usual by Pixy, and I gotta give it for them for doing that, because I feel like something that I'm gonna have to talk about more often in the future is that K-pop needs experimentation, whether you love it or not, because sometimes you gotta get through point A to point B to point C to come through with something excellent and unheard of that really sits for the masses or even more people, and I'm trying to say, because people say, wow, the scene's oversaturated, but then at the same time, this is just a TLDR that I'm going to say in the future, and some sort of video essay, is that, when you say that, but it's sort of a double standard, like, I don't really want something experimental, because we need something experimental to push the envelope so we don't get these current trends ongoing and things being oversaturated. This needs to happen. Now, whether it's a huge debate whether this was the right time for Pixy to do this or not, I just hope that they maybe do something different in the future that's not necessarily like a combination of 3 different kind of influences, because as much as I mess with experimental tracks, I do love the likes of Bewitched and their other music that they've really killed it upon, likes of Villain and their B-sides that I've covered on the channel here before. But yeah, everyone, let me know your thoughts. This was a lot to handle, clearly. I gotta say, this over time, 8.5. Only time will tell if it'll grow to a 9, but I'm sticking with that. I just think there's a lot to appreciate and a lot of potential to work upon for future releases or within this era that I might not know about, right? I'm still in wonder and a little bit curious, even though I was curious before checking out Karma, funny enough. But hey, be sure to like, share, and maybe subscribe, as it helps out the channel so much and just warms my heart connecting with fellow Winksies in the comment section down below. Take care as always. This has been Garrison, and peace.